Well, hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you can join me, and I'm off to another adventure. We're going to travel north on the Adirondack Northway. We're going to get off the Northway at the town of Warrensburg, New York. Work our way up to Route 29N, and that will take us up to Indian Lake, where we are going to the Cedar River campground. Okay, we got off the Northway at exit 23, and we're going to make a left and head into the town of Warrensburg on our way north. And Warrensburg, New York is a small town, and it won't take too long to travel on Route 9 here up to Route 28. And Warrensburg is probably best noted for the world's largest garage sale, which is held every year, I believe, in October. Now, as you can see on the sign, you can follow Route 9 up to Route 28 by going straight ahead. We're going to bear to the left and follow along the Hudson River, and then join back up with Route 28 just a little further up the road. The road we turned on back there was called Hudson Street, and Hudson Street follows right along the Hudson River as we get a little further up here, but it will end at Route 28, which is where we need to go to head up toward Gore Mountain and then to Indian Lake. And that is the Hudson River to the left. This area right through here, the river will back up in the wintertime, and you will get huge boulders of ice that will come up over the guardrail and actually cover this entire roadway. Okay, it looks like we're approaching Route 28N intersection. And from here, we are going to make a left-hand turn and start heading up to Indian Lake. Well, we've entered the town of Indian Lake, and we have a little bit of a climb here as we head up into the mountains. As you can see, the foliage is starting to turn as we go further north. And hopefully you notice that I cleaned the windshield off. Got rid of all those dead bugs and the pine tree sap. Had to take a razor blade to it just to get that stuff off, but we'll see how long it stays clear. But this is a beautiful drive when we're in peak foliage season. We're just at getting to the end of September right now, so we still have a little ways to go. Okay, we made the left off 28N onto Cedar River Road, and I'm not sure how long the pavement goes for, but I'm thinking we have probably about a 12-mile trek, I think, from that turn up to the actual camping areas. the pavement will end. We will end up with a dirt road to travel on. I think Google Maps stated that from where I left, I think it's 70 miles one way up here. So we will see. And this is where the pavement ends, and we now begin the dirt road trek back into the camping area. This area, like the others that I've shown you, are managed by the Department of Environmental Conservation. And I believe there's a ranger that has a cabin right on this road. And from what I understand, this is a pack-in, pack-out type of camping area, as it should be with everything. Oh boy, that's bumpy. And I have heard that the rangers have no problem issuing you a ticket for garbage that's left out and about. We are pretty much in the Adirondacks where there are bears, and black bears are getting ready to hibernate for the winter. I have seen where travel trailers and some smaller motor homes have made it back in here, but you do have to watch for rocks and dips in the road. Probably a higher clearance vehicle would be more likely to make it back in here with no problem. And although the paved road coming in was pretty decent, this is not. So take it for what it's worth. Just drive carefully. I think the DEC website says that there are 6 spots, to camp, and then maybe just 6 areas, because I've also seen where it's been reported to be between 60 and 80 campsites available. We will see, huh? Definitely take your time coming back in here. The dirt road itself is terrible. The road is narrow, sharp, windy turns. Scenery is gorgeous, but you definitely need to take your time so that you make it to a campsite where you can enjoy yourself. And as you can tell from my camera bobbing around, I'm going slow, but the road is terrible. Okay, I think we may have arrived. A few people up here camping already. And it looks like a ranger station up here. can drive over this dam. A lot of people will bring their kayaks and canoes and go fishing. I think there's a couple camping areas on the other side. I'm going to check it out and see if anything's available, but judging from the cars up here, I pretty much doubt it. Well, once I crossed over the dam, I did see a couple areas that are open just like this. I think this is the last one right here at the end of this road. So I think I may take this. It's got a nice fire pit, picnic table, and plenty of room. And there's not too much prep that I've got to do as far as the van, other than open the side doors. I may not even have to set up my my folding table, because I have a very large picnic table right here. So this will be great. I just backed in because I wanted my doors right here. Well, the spot that I'm in is very open, and there's actually a trail that leads through the woods right here. And as you can see, I'm at site number 10. And look at that burl. Isn't that awesome? Wow, that thing is big. And they say no tree cutting, and use only dead and down wood for firewood, or purchase firewood from local vendors. I ended up bringing up some bags of all my scrap wood anyway from my van projects, and that's what I'll end up using. As you can see from where I came in, there are some spots right up here next to the water, right by the dam. Small travel trailer. And another small travel trailer tucked over there in the woods. But there is an open spot here on the left. There is a canoe and kayak access area on both sides of the dam. Now there's some sort of a wooden structure left over. It's down there in the river. Don't know what it is. I don't know if there's any time limit as to how long you can stay at these sites. But it looks like you've got beautiful spots to be able to park in, plenty of room. You can launch your kayak or your canoe, go fishing. And it looks like several areas where there have been trails opened up through the woods. But I'm getting a little hungry, so I think after the trip up here, I'm going to make some lunch. I didn't eat any breakfast this morning, and I got up here to the camping area probably, I don't know if it was noon or 1, whatever the heck it was, and I still wasn't very hungry. So I just had a light lunch. I grabbed some club crackers, and I love this Cabot Creamery, the Vermont Seriously Sharp cheddar cheese. So I had some cheese and crackers, and I had one of these small apple pies. Those are really good. And just a bottle of water. And that'll hold me off until I get ready to cook up some dinner later. Well, even though it's been cloudy and overcast all morning long, that's what the weatherman had predicted, and they predicted no showers. And so far, that seems to be holding true. We are getting some sun popping out. I have Verizon for cell service and for my internet, and I have neither of those available. I get 0 bars of anything and no internet service. If I could afford Starlink, that would be great because this is all very open right here. And as I've seen most of the spots the same way, they're all open. And if I could afford it, I would get it. But the mini dish is very expensive, and I believe the service itself is like $165 a month, and that's just something that I cannot afford right now. You know, it's just the world that we live in, and I just want to be able to use the internet to contact, you know, family, let them know I've made it okay and that I'm safe, just stuff like that. When you come in Cedar River Road, you can see that the road will loop around here, and there's a number of spots that are open and handicapped accessible. And even right here on the loop, there's a picnic table and fire pit right there. And then you cross over the bridge there, or over the dam, and that's where I am on the other side. This is one of the 2 kayak and canoe launching sites. Easy access down here to the water. And the dam that I crossed over to pick my camping spot on the other side. You know that smell that's kind of traditional with Christmas, you know, the smell of balsam? Oh my God, that's all you smell here. It smells so good. And I've seen a lot of birds that were taken off as I walked down through here, and they've got large white spots on the top of them, on their backs. I have no idea what they are. I couldn't get close enough because they kind of scattered, but that's the only wildlife that I've seen so far. Okay, I want to check out this trail that runs right behind the van. And to see where this takes me to, how far down it goes. Ugh! Just ran into a spider web. Well, it doesn't look like there's much of a path from here on out, and I'm not going to bushwhack through here. As you can see, it's pretty dense. So I guess I'm heading back to the van. It's about time to cook some dinner up. I've got one of my stoves out here. This is just the butane stove. I do have another one that is a combination butane and propane. Gonna melt a little butter so that I can toast a couple hamburger rolls. Then I've got some hamburger patties that I'll season up with some salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And that will be dinner for tonight. There, I'll let those cook and get a little bit of toasty goodness on there. And then I'm going to pull out the burgers and start cooking them up. Boy, those rolls look good. And I got the burgers in cooking. I just got to season them up. I'm going to cook all 4 that I brought up with me. I decided I'm just going to cook up the 2 burgers, and I put the other 2 back in the fridge. And I'll probably have those tomorrow, maybe for lunch or for dinner. But boy, they smell really good. Right there is a delicious burger, nice and thick. Some ketchup, some cheese, and toasted buns. Can't get any better than that. Ooh, that feels good. Definitely getting damp and chilly out. Do you remember when I first came in here and I took the loop to the right and I went up by what I thought was a ranger station, and it may have been at one point, but the building was pretty much empty and vacant. The building to the left of the roadway next to that was marked with a sign that said private residence. So apparently there's no ranger that stays up here, but there may be one still living at a private residence down the road. I really didn't see it coming up through because road was so darn bumpy and narrow. I just want to keep an eye on my driving. But when you take a look, there was a map that I shot a photo of, and I'll pop it up here on the screen, and that will show you the number of campsites that are available up here. So that should dispel any, conjecture as to whether it's, 80, whether it's 100, or what the heck it is. But there is a registration box right there before you head on that dirt road between the 2 buildings. That dirt road will take you through some wilderness area, and you come out to another Adirondack town called Inlet. And along the way, there are a series of trails and camping spots all along that road. And the reason that you have to, or that they encourage you to sign in or register, it's not because there's a fee for anything, because there isn't. All these campsites are free. The problem is people go into these wilderness areas and they get lost. So when you register, you're leaving your name, your address, your phone number, and essentially your contact information. And if you get lost or overdue, then at least someone has an idea as to where you are. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope it gives you a little bit more insight into some of the free camping areas in the Adirondacks of upstate New York. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and thank you all very much for watching. And I'm going to finish off the night with a little bit of Jesse Stone. Have a good night, everybody.